Ash Wednesday marks the official beginning of the Lenten season. For many, including Catholics and Lutherans, the day can't go by without a visit to church, and some say it's a day to be reminded of our own failings and that we should humble ourselves as we approach Holy Week.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hey again, everyone. Thanks for staying with us tonight. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Well, it marks the first day or the start of the Lenten season, which begins 40 days prior to Easter. Ash Wednesday was being celebrated all over the area today. News 13 stopping by St. Gabriel's noon service, where local members were receiving their ashes in the sign of the cross on their foreheads. The ashes used to mark people's foreheads are actually ashes from burnt palm used last year for Palm Sunday. This ash is mixed with oil to form ash paste. Lent is a time when many Christians prepare for Easter by observing a period of fasting, repentance, moderation, and spiritual discipline. Of course, it leads up to Easter Sunday, which is April 8th. Moving on tonight, investigators say he's been coaching a kids' street hockey team for 6 years and today was arrested for having images of child pornography on a computer and for searching for those illegal images online. Freeland Police State Troopers and Luzerne County detectives searched this Freeland home early today at 717 Walnut Street. That's where they found 21-year-old David Kish Jr. Kish coaches a local street hockey team for 6 to 12-year-olds and admitted to investigators that he has downloaded images of child porn showing kids as young as 12 years old. Kish said he would search words like porn and teens, young, hardcore, and fetish, and that once he would get the images, most he would delete, although some he transferred to his PlayStation, including adult porn. Investigators searched computers in the house and were able to locate pictures of pornography involving children, and Kish was arrested. Kish does have a Drums address and says the computers he was using at the Freeland home were his sister's 2 laptops and a desktop computer. The internet service is also in another man's name who was listed as a resident at that Walnut Street address. No word on Kish's connection to the Freeland residence. Investigators were led to Kish after a detective for the Delaware County District Attorney's Office Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force was conducting an online investigation. No word if Kish's coaching for the Hazleton area street hockey team will be affected by his arrest today. Tonight, Kish is a free man awaiting his next day in court. Luzerne County District judges learned in a closed-door meeting last week with President Judge Thomas Burke that one office could close as a money-saving measure. Judge Burke said in a news release to the media Tuesday that the Freeland court, run by Judge Jerry Feisner, could be the victim of redistricting. Feisner has been making rulings out of that office for 30 years now. Judge Burke was directed by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court to draw up a plan to save money. There are 550 magisterial judges across the state, and every 10 years the Supreme Court redistricting occurs, with this year the hope of cutting about 10% of the offices. As for Feisner, there are rumors that he may be retiring in the near future. News 13 was unable to confirm that with the judge today due to a busy court schedule he had, although we did try meeting with him. Feisner's office, which serves Freeland, Foster Township, Whitehaven, and Jeddo, has a low case workload, and the 17 judges in the county were all analyzed for how busy they are by Burke. Should Feisner's office close, his territory would then be split amongst other offices nearby, like Judge Danny O'Donnell in Butler and Judge Jamie Dixon in Hazel Township. Judge Burke is taking public comment on the proposed redistricting plan. You can send your comments to Kathy Hubbard, Special Courts Administrator, Luzerne County Courthouse, 200 North River Street in Wilkes-Barre. That zip code is 18711, or email khubbard@luzernecountycourts.com. Well, the smell of anything burning isn't pleasant, but imagine the smell of burning dog food. That's the scent that filled the air at the Vitaline Company in the Humboldt Industrial Park this morning after a motor in a silo holding dog food caught fire. News 13 on the scene just after 7 o'clock this morning as firefighters were putting that blaze out. They tell us a motor caught fire inside a silo holding the dog food and quickly spread into the silo itself. The Vitaline company located on North Park Road packs the dog food to be shipped out. Now, because this was a large plant, Hazel Township crews called in some additional help from other fire companies, and Chief Scott Kostitian says he just wanted to be on the safe side in case that fire spread any further. Crews were here in Hazel Township for about an hour and a half this morning. New at 5:30 tonight, Cunningham Borough and neighboring Sugarloaf Township could team up for a joint sewer authority. It looks like Cunningham officials are on board with the idea and will move forward, forming a committee to explore options. News 13's Andy Minnick talked with Mayor Joe Corelli after Tuesday night's council meeting.
Joint authority with Sugarloaf. Joint authority means a lot as far as grants and stuff like that goes. So it's always a good idea. It's just can you do it? So this committee that they voted for the president to be able to appoint people to start a committee to look at it. So hopefully we can take this into consideration also and move forward. The plant is going to be expanding, and there's a need for it. I'm pretty confident that we can get this done, and I think. After hearing all the sides of the story, I think a joint authority is the best way to do it right now.
Now, what would that mean if the two sides did come together in a joint authority?
Well, you would join in. It would still be it'd have to have a name with joint, so it would be the Cunningham Joint Borough Authority, maybe something like that, or Cunningham Sugarloaf, whichever name they come up with. But it would be kind of a 50-50 split on things like that. So your grant. Most grants are approved by joint authorities, for joint authorities. So Cunningham sitting here right now is just a borough authority. We're at a little disadvantage, and I hope, everybody we talk to, DEP, everybody tells us that joint authorities are the way to go. So we want to explore it and see if it's the right thing for us to do.
And as we were first to tell you earlier this week, council did vote to go ahead and advertise for another part-time police officer in Cunningham, bringing the force to 4 officers total, to 2 full-time and soon 2 part-time. Still ahead on News 13, a familiar face to the Hazleton Area School District will officially be the leader come August. News 13 was there as school board members made that unanimous vote. But first, gang graffiti is often the first indication that street gangs are active in the community. New acts of vandalism recently targeted city buildings, and police may have caught it on camera. He's no stranger to the Hazleton Area School District, and come August, he will officially be the leader. Dr. Francis X. Antonelli got the job of superintendent after a unanimous vote by the school board. Here's a recap.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes. Take a moment to thank the board for their support. I feel truly privileged to have the opportunity to serve this board and to work with our wonderful students, teachers, our vast support group, and our taxpayers who so conscientiously attend each and every meeting, and yes, for many, many years.
Now, Antonelli has been in the superintendent's seat since being named acting superintendent when Sam Marolo left on a controversial paid leave of absence. Now, Marolo will not be returning at the end of his contract, which is August of this year. Antonelli will slide right into the permanent seat for at least the next 3 years. His right-hand man was also named last night by the board. Also, someone familiar with the day-to-day operations of the district, Don Basic, the district's director of elementary and middle schools. He was promoted to assistant to the superintendent. It's a 1-year renewable contract. Now, since Antonelli and Basic took over the district's top jobs, board members say the two are a winning team.
To be honest with you, when I ran for election, I thought that the job should have been posted and we should have went through the process. I've been here for 3 months. Dr. Antonelli and Mr. Basic have picked up the work where we had 5 central office administrators. We've cut it to 2. When I saw the amount of work they've done, how efficiently they've done it, how well they've done it, there's no question in my mind that both of those gentlemen should be retained by our district for as long as they like to be here. We're going through a transition stage where we're starting a magnet school, opening another K-8 building. With all of that coming online, I think think it's important to have people who are familiar with both of those and put them in place.
Dr. Antonelli told the crowd that he is pleased to have an excellent assistant by his side with the appointment of Basic, and that the two have a lot of work to get done in moving the district forward, both short and long term. News 13 also learned that the board will go ahead and advertise for a deputy superintendent, a position now vacant with the promotion of Antonelli and Basic. Snow and rain on the horizon for tonight and Thursday. Heading outdoors right now to the Freeland Public Park to take a look at your forecast. Rain and snow again, as I just said, in the forecast tonight. The temp's going to dip down to 36 after the mild day we saw today, and clouds will remain. And as we move into your Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Thursday, look for a chance of rain and snow showers, and then the chance of all snow showers in the late morning with a high near 46. Thursday night, rain is likely with cloudy skies and a low down to 40. Friday, we're going to see breezy conditions, high near 47, and clouds remain with a chance of rain. Rain and snow showers are in your forecast for Friday night with a low down to 26. Saturday, look for a chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy and breezy once again with a high near 36. 20 will be our low Saturday night. 38 on Sunday when the sun returns, and Sunday night will dip down to 22 degrees. So some rain and snow and mild days ahead, and then we're going to turn cold and get some sunshine by the end of the weekend. Your forecast live at 5:30, brought to you by the Lazy Dog Salon, Dog and Cat Grooming, located in West Hazleton on North Broad Street. Call 459-0310 to make an appointment for your furry friend at the Lazy Dog Salon. We told you live at 5, unwanted artwork is becoming a big problem in parts of downtown Hazleton. Symbols and words spray painted all over buildings in the area of Laurel and Green Streets and Spruce Alley. Now, the tagged properties were targeted over this past weekend, and while some of the graffiti was already cleaned up, you can still see it, and more keeps appearing each day. Graffiti has long been a problem in the greater Hazleton area, but police are hoping whoever decided to decorate the downtown buildings were caught on camera. Hazleton City has over 30 cameras all around downtown, and some are indeed located in the area. We know police are reviewing footage now and hoping to put a name with a face to locate the artist or artists. While some graffiti is innocent, just kids basically fooling around, graffiti is usually the first indication that street gang activity is present in your community. Sometimes drug dealers even advertise narcotics with graffiti, and it's also used to mark a territory or turf of a certain gang. If you know anything about this unwanted artwork, or if you see graffiti in your neighborhood, make sure you call police immediately. News 13 found Hazleton City Police in the area of 13th and Church Streets right around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Details are sketchy, but what we do know is 2 people were cuffed and hauled away by cops here. Now, a car was also towed away from the area. State troopers were there to assist city police. Once we hear from investigators about what all went down here, we'll be sure to pass it along. More news is coming your way next, live at 5:30. It will soon be easier to find and access birth and death records for the state. More on that coming up. But first, Freddie B's in with basketball action from last night. MMI and Hazleton High both hit the hardwood last evening. Fred has the latest on where 2 local athletes will be playing in college. Stay with us.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Well, back in the day, it used to be rivalries like Greeby and Harmon, Rock Glen, West Hazleton. But as we said, long ago, kids playing today probably never heard of some of those places. But I'll tell you what, when the junior high gets together for their annual championship, big crowd on hand. Take a look. Down in the McGeehan Gymnasium last night, a very nice crowd on hand. You're looking at Game 1 of the Anthracite League semifinals, and it pitted the Freeland Whippets. They're back from the old days against the Valley Eagles. Now, looking in those green uniforms, a lot like Greeby used to be, but I'll tell you what, playing early on like Greeby would, and I'm going to mention something here. Freeland was the #1 seed in Valley in the early going. Boy, they were giving Freeland all they could handle, but, well, Freeland has a couple of weapons. The Planutis brothers, not too bad. You take a look, number 4 there on your screens, one of them, and just made a little bit of a move right there. But Valley, as I said, hung with them in the first half. Second half, Freeland took over. And, boy, I'll tell you, how about this guy? Dante Biazzi. Sound familiar? That's his older brother that's doing it for the Cougars. So the Aussies have another one up and coming. Dante last night fired in 16 points, and that helped lead that second half charge. When it was all said and done, it didn't look like it was a close game at all. Freeland runs away with it. They're the #1 seed. They advance. Now, who will they play? Well, this was going to be a toss-up. West Hazleton, Holy Family Academy. And boy, as we watch this one, you talk about two evenly balanced teams. Like prize fighters, they went at each other and points were tough to come by. Take a look. Look at the defense here. I mean, these guys really playing tough. And this one went down to the wire. Put it in the books. The Wildcats prevail, 1 point better than Holy Family. West Hazleton gets the win. So your matchup for tomorrow night will be the #1 seed Freeland against the #2 seed West Hazleton. Game will start at 7 o'clock at the McGeehan Gymnasium. That's just the way it's supposed to be, right? #1, #2 seed worked out okay. It didn't quite work out well for MMI last night. Close, but no cigar. Northwest knocks them off 43-40. That was not a district game, as I inadvertently said yesterday. They'll get down to that now coming up this week. And speaking of state playoffs, well, District 2 not going, but District 11 tonight. Tamaqua and Palmerton square off. The winner, the unenviable task of going up against the Viquettes of Allentown Central Catholic. On the boys' side, Pottsville squares off against Stroudsburg. Easton and Pleasant Valley will meet as well. College basketball tonight, Ball State at Western Michigan, FDU at Misericordia, and Eastern at Wilkes, East Stroudsburg and Bloom on the girls' side. And speaking of Bloom, let's take a look down Hazleton Area High School. Earlier today, announcement made that not one but two Cougars are going on the PSAC side of things. If you take a look, there's one of them right there, and that would be Chad Nicholas. He was the quarterback of the Cougars, and he is going to Bloomsburg because they gave him an opportunity to quarterback, and that's going to be a nice thing. He could be a diamond in the rough. Remember, Bloom is a very, very, very good PSAC contender every year. Division II, they should be doing real well with Chad Nicholas at the helm. I think that's going to be a real, real nice fit for him. Now, while PSAC Bloomsburg gets Chad Hoffman, it's going to be Steve Komar going down to Shippensburg, another PSAC school. The big guy is being recruited, and they're going to give him a look at defensive end, and that's going to be a pretty good fit for him as well. So who knows? Maybe we're looking down the road at a battle between Ship and Bloom, and you will have that defensive end, Komar, going against that quarterback, Hoffman. Wouldn't that be something? We'll worry about that a little bit later. Right now, a lot of smiles. Our congratulations go out. As I said, I think it'll be a real good fit for Chad Hoffman at Bloom, and the same goes down at Shippensburg with Steve Komar. So we wish them the best. That's good news today out of Hazleton Area High School. All brought to you tonight by our friends at Bottlenecks, and it's steak and ale night, middle of the week. You get your choice of the specialty hand-cut steak, served with unlimited fries for only $9.95. Great beer specials all night long as well. Up at Bottlenecks, they sponsor us each and every night right here on SSP TV.
News 13 is a wonderful source. It's the best source for our community.
When members of the community ever need any information on what's happening locally, Channel 13 is a great place to turn to.
I enjoy watching local News 13 to keep up on all of the events going on in the greater Hazleton area.
News 13 does great coverage.
Anything you want to know, just put Channel 13 on.
We love Channel 13!
Well, Pennsylvanians asked for it, and a new law is making it happen. Easier access to birth and death records of PA citizens. The new law makes vital records open to the public when 105 years have elapsed after the date of birth, or 50 years have elapsed after the date of death of a person. Genealogists and historians weren't the only ones asking for improved access to the records. Average individuals also have an interest in PA's rich and diverse history. The new law took effect February 15th and will make it easier for people to gain information on those individuals they are researching. To access the records online, visit www.health.state.pa.us and click on birth and death certificates, then click on public records. And finally, at 5:30. A fundraiser for Foundation 58, a local organization that helps emergency personnel in their time of need, will be holding a breakfast to benefit that great organization. Make plans to attend Applebee's this Sunday, February 26th for the Flapjack Breakfast from 8 to 10 a.m. Tickets are $7 for adults and $5 for children. More information on the event, check out Foundation 58 on Facebook or visit the Foundation 58 website at foundation58.org. That does it for us. Thank you so much for making us a part of your Wednesday. If you'd like to watch this newscast again, tune in for a rebroadcast throughout tonight. There's one tomorrow morning, and don't forget, always visit ssptv.com. On behalf of all of us here at News 13, be safe, have yourselves a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.